be fun, not easy, there's work involved with it, but it should be something that is enjoyable to you. So we have a cedar hearthboard for the video, red cedar hearthboard, and then this is Canadian fleabane. I got this when I was up in towards what is it, Idaho. What I'm using here is a thumb assist. This is one of the things that I enjoy doing. And what you do is you take that thumb assist, and there's the wind again. Making fire, wind is not your friend until you got a tender bundle in your hand. Now, what you're going to do is when you start out with this, when you're spinning the spindle, you want it to stay circular right in the middle of your hands. You want the spindle to not move, except in a circular motion, and you want your hands to try to go from the tip of the finger to the palm, just like that, back and forth. Now, I'm not really great with the floating hand drill method. There are some that are wizards at it. I've seen 8-year-olds that can do it, and they laugh at me because I can't. But you know what? Hey, they're good at it, and I applaud them. But I use a thumb assist like this, and what we want to do is we want to start out slowly, just going back and forth. And what we're doing is building up down in that divot our material so it feeds our ember. And you'll probably see it start smoking here in a second, and that's cool, that's good. But I'm not going to apply any real pressure until I get that material built up enough. Now I've got enough, I'm going to apply a little more pressure, a little more speed. Looks like fun, doesn't it? And I think we've got an ember there.
So similar mechanics to the bow drill, just
yes, and that straight up and down. Oops. The only time you really need to tap it is if the ember gets caught in your divot. That's the only time I suggest tapping it. Now, you kind of want to take your time with this. I'm gonna actually hurry a little bit because I don't want the wind to blow my ember away. But you need to be gentle. Now, my suggestion is to let it mature for a second. Here in this part of the United States, we have a lot of humidity. So with a lot of humidity, now that we've transferred that into our tinder bundle, you can see all on its own, it's starting to burn into that coal extender, that cattail, the plant, not the animal. We take it and we bundle it together just a little bit, and people's first inclination is to blow right into it. Well, we don't want to do that. Because of the high humidity, and the human breath has a lot of humidity in it, what we want to do is let the air have it. Let the air work for us. Don't put any more humidity in there than we have to. Now notice I'm aiming where I'm going with it, so gravity works to keep that ember in place. But we get it back, and you can see, even in this is dried stuff, and you can see the white smoke, which is the moisture coming off of it. Going on a date later, a little ode de rose scent for you, you know, impress the ladies, impress the men.
Keep that in mind. You know that. Oh, yeah.
say that's about to go any second.
There you go.
Awesome. Very cool. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm here all week. Don't forget to tip your waitresses.
What I normally do is I'll put a decent sized rock on top of here. You have to make sure you don't do too big a one, because when this gets really hot it'll start squishing down. But I've got some of this campfire wood. I'm hoping that it's heavy enough to keep the lid on it, and that goes back to maybe if I put a hole in there and the escaping gases will pump that out. I kind of think that having it under pressure like that does help push the oil out. But like I said, I haven't done the thing like that.
So you only have the one hole, right?
Yeah, you only need the one hole like that. And I just dig a hole like this. I'm going to mate the hole over the can like this. And I want to make sure that I get this can basically as level as I can. And here I'm sitting in my dirt I need.
You ever like peen the bottom into like a conical?
No, I've never taken the time to do that. Really, if you get it done right, you'll notice that all this stuff is just going to turn into char. Unfortunately, I was doing something teaching the kids or something when Jason did his, so I don't know what that fat wood looks like. What does that fat wood look like when you get done? Oh, it is char? Okay, that's the same thing that the birch oil is. It's going to be like a char, except for you can't use it with flint and steel because I've tried. I don't know if it's because it still has some oils in it or what, but it doesn't work. So what I want to do here is I want to get a good seal around that bottom container. So this is all kind of clumpy. I'm going to break it up. I'm going to push that stuff in there. And I see my can's not 100% level. Real important when you're putting wood on here and stuff that you don't mess with how this is laying in here. I mean, this is a long process. Collecting the birch bark, cutting it down to size, putting it in this tin, so I don't want to screw up the process. When I'm all done, that little tin is only going to have about this much oil in it. That's why it costs so darn much if you buy it in the store or whatever. If I cook this too long, it's going to turn into a tar. Now the tar is still beneficial. They used to tar their birch bark canoes with it. I can make birch tar glue. I take the oil and I'll boil it and boil it and boil it until it doesn't boil anymore, and it's just kind of sitting there. And then you know, it's very similar to pitch glue. You can add some rabbit poop or whatever and make your glue from that way. Birch oil glue or birch tar glue, I have noticed, is a softer glue. So in the heat, it will be kind of spongy and stuff on it. So okay, all I'm going to do now, let's just throw some birch bark around it. This is all just going to get burned. If anybody wants some birch bark, you're more than welcome to have it. Stuff like this is really the primo stuff. This is older bark. I don't like stripping my trees, and where I'm from, the birch will grow and it kind of rots out and then drops limbs and then dies off and stuff. So this stuff's just laying all over the place. You'll see down wood like this, you'll see down stuff like this, and the inside's rotten, and I can just take it like this and it just falls right out. This is years old. I mean, it's still good stuff. Now the pressure's on. We'll see if I can make a fire with birch bark here and a lighter. So, I don't know.
I got a feeling it's going to be successful.
I don't know, man. The pressure's on. I got a bunch of people watching me.
So you've already loaded your birch bark in the can?
Yeah, I already did all that. I prepped it over there, and that takes a long time to sit there and get it all in your container and stuff like that, you know. So that's why the darn stuff costs so much. If you look on eBay, you can find it, medicinally, and actually we were talking to you. You can find it at Lowe's and stuff. I didn't know that, but they can cut it with other chemical type stuff, so it's not really medical grade. Which this stuff I just want medical grade.
It may not even be real birch bark, it's maybe birch colored. I don't know, but they do sell an oil there. They call it birch oil.
I'm going to do I've got 3 things here. I'm going to try and do 3 different times, maybe not times, but burn rates. A slow, good fire is what you want. But because sometimes you can do it too much, and like I said, you'll get tar. But on the other hand, I've done it where I just did a big thing, like almost like this, and burned it for 2 hours, and still got viable oil in it. I expect this is going to have water in it. Whenever I do it at home and the ground is wet, I always get water in my oil. But then I can just take an eyedropper, because oil floats on top of the water, and I take an eyedropper and I just tilt that container to the side so all the water goes in the bottom, and I take that eyedropper and I just slowly keep taking the water out. So we'll put this on top here. You can see the older bark, it does take a little bit of time to get going. So that tells me that there's not quite as many oils in it. Man, those water balloons. Oh, I was like, man, I've never had a water balloon fight where it sounds like a shop.
You're not doing it right then.
I guess not.
Sounds like bacon.
You should be able to do this with any kind of birch, because I just always use this white paper birch because that's what I have. It's the best stuff for me, but all the other birch has order birch as well.
How far south do birch trees grow?
I saw one on the way down here, a white birch.
I've got river birch in Texas, but it doesn't produce. It doesn't produce.
Ah, you're good, man.
Depending on how much you want it, a lot of times it's used ornamentally. You know, your neighbors might have some.
Yeah, exactly. This was grown ornamentally. This was in somebody's yard.
I got here late. You got 3 different files going.
Yeah, I'm gonna do 3 different burns. I'm gonna do one really hot, and maybe an hour, and then I'm gonna try to make one of these slower burn. Maybe get going and then let it die down and see if maybe add some twigs or some coal. Because I really want to have a slow render.
Right now, we're going to make some pitch sticks. I've got about half as much ground up charcoal or carbon as we do pine sap, and I'm just going to get that down and get the consistency that I'm looking for there, like a thin tar, trying to get if there's any hunks or anything like that, and it's not a big deal. We're just going to work this down. We don't want to get it too hot because that flame will jump up, catch these fumes, and catch this whole deal on fire. That's why I kind of like to have some pliers or something where if I have to throw it off to the side,
Gotcha.
You're not trying to hold on to it. So you don't want to really catch this on fire, burn it. It kind of degrades it a little bit. So the harder you want it, the more carbon you put in it, and the runnier or more pliable you want it when it's finished, when it's cooked and dried and all that, then you would put more. We're going to use cattail fluff as a binder.
Okay.
You could use all kind of any type of rabbit poop or vegetable.
So something with fibrous.
Fibers that
that'll bind it.
This is getting pretty good. Just kind of keep it moving around here. And if you get it a little bit thin or get it a little bit thick, just add a little bit more of what's not in there, right?
Okay.
And then or if it gets too hot, just kind of pull it off for a minute.
Gotcha.
Kind of let it slow down because it's still cooking here. And then just put him right back on there and heat him up again. So you can kind of. And then we're going to just take like a pencil-sized stick here. He's got us one ready.
Oh, yeah, I see that there.
When we're ready. And then we're going to roll that. We'll roll that on, let it cool, kind of shape a little bit like a teardrop. And then this is looking pretty good. It's looking kind of thin, kind of runny, but not really. Not super thin. But you'll notice now we're going to put just a little bit of cattail fluff in there. And it's gonna get real thick, and then we can adjust it however we need to.
Awesome.
See your consistency there. So we'll take him off here.
So now all you gotta do is.
Now we just take a little bit of. Let's take a little bit of this head. Now I'm not gonna put very much in there. All right, have worked that around in there.
Yeah, crap.
And you see how it's gonna start kind of getting solid on you.
Okay, now hold on there and taste.
Make sure you get up
Yep.
in those corners.
You want to taste that.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
See, that didn't really. So that's a goodly amount. So if that looks maybe like it's a little hairy looking, so we might put some more in there, but that's not bad. All right, let's put him back in there and let him get it up again.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. How much it thickens it up.
Yeah, it just thickens it up. So you got.
It's almost like making gravy.
See the little fibers, and that kind of acts like fiberglass.
Oh, okay.
That's what I think about this.
Yeah.
It's not fiberglass, of course, and I know it's not that strong.
But it's similar.
But you just see that consistency there. That's really not that bad. That's going to be some pretty decent. So then we'll just go in here, get a little bit. We'll just kind of set this off to the side. But we can always set it right back on there and bring it right back up to temperature.
So you can always reheat it, remelt it, reshape it
a little bit, and it should foam around there pretty good. That's looking pretty good.
Oh wow!
Kind of asphalt looking.
Yeah.
And then as much as you want to carry, that's probably enough to do several arrowhead halvings if that's what you were after it for. So get him heated up again. So that's a little cold there.
So this is like a creating your own portable glue stick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they sell these on the internet for like $5 a piece. Right?
No kidding.
We can make 500 of them right here for nothing.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for showing me this, man.
Just gotta be careful you don't leave your fingerprints on that basket.
Right? Yeah, I imagine that's
That gets hot.
pretty tough.
Some people like to really make these really nice and uniform.
I mean,
like
that's just to
down here.
that's just to be pretty, right?
That's just a personal preference. It ain't gaining you anything. You can make this as big as little as you want it.
It's just a matter of letting it cool.
Take like a popsicle stick or something like this and dip it in water to keep your hands off of it.
Old school.
That's all you need to do to remember that. And I'm just going to do a basic scout one here, 3 and 2, just for expediency. The more wraps and the more fraps, the stronger the flashing. And it is important to keep these tight. It's not as important with the wraps as it is with the fraps, because the fraps are what's going to really tighten your lashing down. Get these tighter, I always tell you use the toggle. You know, tighten. So you're just putting a handle in the line is all you're doing. And it's not important on the wraps, as important, but you do want to keep them kind of tight. Like I said. This is where my camper comes in on the ends. And you can see I'm dressing this as I go, and that's just to keep it tight. Using bank line for this is good because it sticks on itself, so you don't have to concentrate as much on keeping it tight. Paracord, you got to work a lot harder to keep all that tight. I'm going to spread the end here a little bit so I can put this down through here. That's one frap. I'm reaching under here to make sure it's not crossing each other. And you'll see me do this a lot. Instead of using the toggle, I'll pull that tight and I'll drop a loop and step on it.
If you have a table.
Yeah,
If you tie,
picnic table in your backpack.
Right.
well, if you're gonna do this in the wood, that's how I tightened that one down over there.
Oh, you did.
Yeah. So what I got that about where I wanted it to be and stood my tripod up.
Okay.
Or that actually started with an A-frame. That's not a true tripod. That's an A-frame over there. And then to tighten the third leg of what is a tripod now.
Yeah.
That's how I tighten that.
You can put a loop around your foot and row it too. Like you were saying,
Row the wood. And,
yeah, right. You
right,
have a
you're
pull of wood
moving the
and
wood
pull it back
instead.
towards you. You push your feet and your legs
Now when I get to the second one, where I want to cross over, I'm not going to cross over like this.
You're crossing your lines.
Correct. I'm going to go on the same side.
Those closet rods? Those closet rods?
Poplar dowels.
And you also just
Closet rods are about $9. These are $4. So you know.
Oh, better.
same material.
What's the question?
Same because looks like the same length, looks like the same diameter.
No, you always want to do your wraps first, and then fraps over the top of that.
Right, but in order to prevent the lines from crossing, I just want to come out here. I thought maybe you could go halfway here. Halfway.
No.
You can't do that?
No,
Okay.
you can.
But it's not costly.
Right.
Okay.
See, if I do that, I've got a cross. I could have a cross on the front. So that's just not how I'm going to do it.
So this 3-2 method, is that just a ratio? So would you do 6 and then 4?
You could use 6-4. You could use 6-6. You know, the more wraps and more fraps, the more secure your lashing.
Okay.
But can you even fit 6 in there without having them cross or overlap?
What's that?
Oh, yeah. 6 fraps. You can fit 6 fraps in that space. I'm sorry. 6
The
fraps in that space?
fraps are not as important
Okay.
on that crossing. All right. And basically, you're just going to build a little seat belt there. Once you get this so tight, though, with too many fraps and too many wraps in there, it's going to be hard to manipulate your tripod.
Okay.
And the thing is, you kind of have to match the size of your line to the size of the material. Can't speak English today. Not enough coffee. Your lashing, because a small line like this on something like that, I can move one of those legs in tripod and snap this because you've got so much leverage. So the bigger the material, the bigger your line you're going to use. And it's all just practice. There are little rules of thumb. But like I said, there are so many different ways to do this.
If you were just using 2-inch stuff from out of the woods, would the bank line be sufficient though?
Up to about 2 or 3 inches. Yeah. And just make your lashing bigger if you need to.
In other words, more wraps and more fraps.
More wraps, more fraps.
To make it wider. Okay.
I usually carry one of these in my pack. I'm not.
I carry maybe 100.
As you can figure out, I'm really not an ultralight camper.
Yeah, that's almost 500 foot.
Right,
So you start
this
with
is
a
where
new
I'm
one
gonna
every
finish.
trip?
This is where I'm gonna finish right here. Where'd my toggle go?
You only have one Fraps?
No, there's two there. Oh, they're just kind of sitting real quick.
So 2 and 2. And how did you just knot that to end it? You're getting ready
I
to
haven't.
do that. Okay,
I haven't
you're not
yet.
doing it. You're tightening now. Okay. I need to remember that toggle thing because I cut my hands a lot of times working in the spring in the garden.
on it.
Yeah.
Well, not just with that, then anything.
Low pitch.
He's doing a clove pitch to finish.
And it's just another clove pitch in.
Oh, gotcha. I remember now. In the beginning and end.
Ideally, you want your starting and ending knots to be on opposite sides of the lashing. You don't have to. Yeah. And this is not a true clove hitch.
Not ratcheting.
No, ratchet.
It's not ratcheting.
That's the problem with bank line right there.
Have to do it the hard way.
Which this is a pain in the butt part right here, where you got to try to tie a clove hitch with all this tied together. And as you can see, it's just a pain in the tail. Exactly, sticky. I don't think it's going to be.
Oh, you can't make it through.
Right? Bank line is self-tying, but not nearly as bad as that.
Self-tying. Self-tying. Don't tie.
I don't know if you can do that. And I usually leave that long. Just for my cooking.
Talk about being tight.
Are those 4-foot now?
Big part?
Starting with 4-foot.
These are 4-footers, yeah. Yeah, these are 4-footers.
Is that like a
Made that from American Tool. What is it? Where'd it go? American Action Tool. Birch American Action Tool. I've custom redone this head and shaped it into a carving axe. They made a custom handle for it. It's got a Pathfinder logo at the bottom that says 17 in it and has their logo at the top. It was sharpened to a razor's edge by the boys at Pathfinder Knife Shop, and it has a custom birch bark sheath made by Jamie Burley. This is what you're playing for. One of a kind commemorative for this gathering. Okay? Here's the deal. You have to start right here in the line in front of this building with nothing but a water bottle that's empty and a big lighter. You have to race from here to the water, fill up the water bottle, and put the lighter in it. Then you have to come up to here, dump the water bottle out from a freestanding position so that we see the lighter comes out with the water. Race back down to the water and fill the water bottle back up. Come back up here, start a fire with the wet lighter, and boil that water. Only using material off this landscape.
Wow.
If you want to play this game, line up out here.
Jingle bell.
Where's the cows running?
Hey, gotta rescue the lighter. Yeah, the lighter has to work.
But that was an awesome idea. That was awesome. Awesome idea. Good thing. Good thing. Good thing. Come on, Jack. Come on, Jack. The opposite to the game is the lighter, though. If you had the ferro rod, you take the lighter back in the lake. Come on, Tracy. Don't cut yourself. We got this all day long, Jack. Come on, Jack. Got one fire. Yeah, we have a light. Somebody must not have figured out. Let me start the fire, James. I do a little bit more. With the lighter.
Have a knife.
Using the knife.
Can I clean this thing out? Thank you. Not clean it out?
I'm going to put some.
That one's not.
Nice job, big ring one. No paper for you.
Hey Dave, what happened to that whole possum mentality thing that you teach?
That's the natural tender off the land.
It's made out of wood sometimes. Yeah, it is.
They've disappointed me a number of times. But is that the trick? Not digging in? Really? Because it doesn't have the resin or whatever it is? I use a lot of pine needles for the 15-minute boil night nav at basic. Man, they went up so fast.
Bud, don't you fall down in that mud, girl. You ain't getting in the van. I'll spray you down with a hose.
nice picture of your butt.
That. Look. Ain't nothing to see anyway.
You got a little something on your shirt.
You want to see somebody come in second place, you can just watch me.
Well, come on, I'm going to put every bit of it on YouTube. You go home.
How many times have I told him don't make fires with pine needles? He knows better. Should be no pine needles on the landscape at all.
You had
He
a
knows
conversation?
better. He knows better, for sure. Exactly. Get some surface area. Anytime you get flame, just put the wood to it. No need to keep blowing. No need to blow it any at all if there's a flame on it.
Right.
This guy right here, all he's gonna do is just stack the wood on it.
Yep.
Take that whole thing, lay it on there, and go get some more.
Right.
Just keep doing it. Don't
Just
keep
the whole
messing with
pile.
it. Just the whole pile. Lay it
Yep.
right over it. If you watch Dave do it, he'll stack up things and he never starts it until he's ready.
Yep.
And all he's do is
And then
start,
boom,
boom,
boom.
and step back. And about 2 minutes later, it's done.
Yep.
It's going to do everything it needs to do. It's going to increase in size, what, 50% every 30 seconds or something like that, if it has what it needs. It'll be this hot in 5 minutes. Above the fuel, right.
Yeah. Yeah, it did. Man, tripods are awesome.
No. Use your advice right about now. Good girls.
Good job, Jack. Keep going, man.
Come on, Jack. Come on, Jack.
Once you got that flame going, don't blow it. Just go get some more sticks. The fire will take care of itself at this point. So once it goes out.
Yeah, he's done. I started filming again right after he got that fire, so he's probably about a minute out from the boiling bowl.
You got this. What Jack's That's our winner up there.
He's not. That'll be mine.
I got you, bud.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, thank you all tonight. Tomorrow's schedule is right here. One of the things that I asked Abram to do, and I noticed a lot of people struggle with this exercise. And it's not that it's easy, but this is not a hard exercise. Being able to rescue a cigarette lighter and make that thing work in 30 seconds should be a no-brainer. It has to be for your survival. And being able to start a fire in less than optimal conditions has to be almost a no-brainer to ensure your survival. So tomorrow at 5 o'clock, we have a one-stick fire demonstration that Abram Bucks is going to do. And incidentally, just so you know, Abram is a guy who has fire skills extraordinaire. He used to be one of the kids that won a lot of the challenges out here before he was an instructor at work for me. And I've seen him actually build a fire and boil water in less than 3 minutes. 32 ounces of water in less than 3 minutes. So he's got some good fire skills. He's going to walk through this exercise with you guys tomorrow. He's not going to run. But he's going to take a water bottle that's got a lighter in it, dump it out, take another water bottle that's full. He's going to go show you guys what to collect to build that fire and boil that water very, very quickly so you can get it done in like 10 minutes instead of whatever it took tonight. Okay? Even though Jack had wood hidden somewhere that was dry. All right, so anyway, I think the educational value of that would be good for us tomorrow to be able to recreate that exercise for you guys and show you what Abram thinks is the proper way to do it. So I'm confident that he'll be able to teach you the right way. Okay? So tonight, that's all I got. Tomorrow's schedule's up here. Anybody who's in the stool making class, meet me and Stephen down there where we did the spoon carving and the bowl carving at. We'll work on stools in the morning. At the same time, there's a lashing and knots class probably down that same area with Kevin Baxter. All right? That's it. Have a good evening, guys. Thank you.
Get on it. Address it. One's very obvious. She's wearing shorts. She's got bones sticking out of her leg, for God's sake. So what are you going to do? She's screaming bloody murder. Don't you hear her? So what are you going to do?
No.
Come on, Ashley. What are you going to do?
Train like it's real, come on.
No. You apply direct pressure if you're confident. Depends on the severity of the wound. Okay. How bad was it bleeding? Pretty bad. I want to hold it. I want to hold it? Yeah, so that means she's immobile right now. The rest of you can move on to the other issue.
Yeah, I got this. For now.
Split sticks?
Yes.
Okay.
Situation
Let's
about
go
the level of the
Go
heart.
ahead.
Direct pressure elevation.
You can let her back up, set her on leg.
Now, let's pause.
Okay.
So, you see how she's applying pressure right here? She's got both hands like this, kind of squeezing. That's perfect. That's what you want. You want to smush that stuff in. I like doing this.
Should we have her lay
Of
down?
course, I'm not big. It's up to you.
Oh, okay.
It's your patient. You
Let's
tell
see.
them what to do.
You step to the back of the line. Next two. Get in position. Hand behind your back. Hand behind your back. Hand behind your back. Go.
Come on, Hunter.
Hand behind your back. Go.
on, candid camera, baby. I'm sorry, I had to set you up for that. I know technically now you owe me one. And I'm not super comfortable with that, but it all worked out.
Did he step out before he fell down? No, he fell down.
Two shall enter, one shall leave. Beyond the thunder.
Go. Hand behind your back. Hand behind your back. Okay, all right. Last two. You're in. Last two. Right here. Right here. That's it. This is all the marbles are here.
Potassium permanganate and glycerin.
Yep.
Quarter size mound and some couple drops of glycerin will start a fire.
Okay.
If you mix it in a really light in water and make a light tint to it, it can be used as an antiseptic wash for wounds and things like that.
Okay.
And if you do a darker wash, you can use it on athlete's foot and fungal type.
Awesome.
Topical fungal infections. Works great.
Outstanding.
It will stain your skin.
Sure.
But it is what it is.
Small price to pay.
Small price to pay to not have athlete's foot.
Right.
So, there you go.
Outstanding. Thank you so much.
Flame. There we go. Flame. Wow. Basically, yay chemistry.
Yay chemistry. That is awesome.
And as soon as the glycerin's what burns, it's the sugar in the glycerin that burns. But it burns pretty good, and it pretty much starts all the time.
That is awesome. That's why I make a quick video since I've never seen it before.
No problem.
That way I can see as many times as I want now.
Grab the last bottle from the top shelf. One won't start without someone's help. If only you can see what you've done to yourself. Your excuses, these are the cards you've been dealt. Fresh new pack for too much I bet. You tell everyone it's your last cigarette. With one long drag and your hand on the thread. You're too scared to look back, it's what you regret. I'm so sick. I'm so tired of fighting a fire. Won't be tired. Done all I can. I'm all worn out. I'll get off my roof. Turn on your route. Float around.
Very well put.
Off your throne and throw down your crown. If you don't change your ways, then be so be. Be so what you've done.
Okay, what am I doing wrong? Yeah. Like that whole problem we had with this generator. Oh, yeah. Pretty good problem.
Wow, that was awesome.